1938 AD, 58:32 AM. Germany occupied Austria in a bloodless takeover. Much of Austria was favourable to the Nazi government, seeing how Hitler had employed the people in government-sponsored work programs. The Free Jews and the Germans create a melting point that results in the Kristallnacht riots that result in the arrest of thousands of Jewish males and the burning and destruction of Jewish businesses in Germany. The riots spilled over into Austria as well. Even synagogues burnt to the ground. German physicist Otto Hahn is the first person to split the uranium atom. This was exactly 2,000 years after the 63 BC Roman annexation of Judea. A South African fishing trawler captured a living coelacanth, a marine prehistoric fish known as an index fossil, used to date geologic strata of other life forms found petrified in 70-million-year-old formations. The specimen was 5 foot long, and its existence undermines evolutionary theory. 4 others have since been captured. On October 30th, Orson Welles dramatised H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds for his Mercury Theatre radio program. The broadcast terrified millions of people in America, and a Princeton study later revealed that 6 million people heard the broadcast about aliens from Mars attacking Earth. 1.7 million people believed it was a live broadcast and that Martians were indeed attacking, and 1.2 million people actually acted on this information. Walt Disney's full-length cartoon, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, is released. 1. 20th Century Events. 2. Evolution Cruncher. 3. Crop Circles, Signs of Contact. 1939 AD. Hitler broke free of the international banking cartels that were Jewish-dominated and implemented a barter trade for national resources, virtually eliminating debt and interest. He issued his own German money. World War II was over the issue of Germany's private economy that alienated the Jewish bankers' ability to manipulate or charge interest. The international banking dynasties could not allow the world's free markets to copy what Hitler implemented, for barter would deprive them of vast sums of money. The massive propaganda campaign was initiated against the German people from around the world and was of unprecedented dimensions. Never before had any people wielded so much power over the minds of the nations of the world as did the Jews at this time through their secret monopolies over the world's media giants. As events developed in Europe, the plight of the Jews was announced over and over on radio and in print, and never once was it mentioned that for years Hitler and the German government offered the Jews free transportation and paid migration to Palestine and Egypt. In August, Germany and the USSR under Stalin signed a non-aggression treaty, both Hitler and Stalin planning on invading Poland. On September 1st, Germany and Russia invade Poland. They maintained separate military operations. Later it was discovered by the Germans that the Russians executed 15,000 Polish officers, the mass grave found in 1943. The international community condemns Germany for the invasion, but nothing is said against the USSR. This again is evidence of widespread media manipulation. Many Jews are interned at camps and installations in Germany, Austria and Poland, but no more than other dissidents and enemies of the state. A popular media myth after World War II was the claim that 6 million Jews were killed by the Nazis, an outlandish and an unfounded claim. The maximum population of Jews in Germany was 600,000 out of a population of 62 million Germans. Prior to World War II, many Jews, whole families, left Germany into Eastern Europe and the United States, some to Palestine, and others retreated into Europe among their Bolshevik allies. Britain, France, Australia and New Zealand declare war on Germany. The British Expeditionary Force lands in France. Poland then surrenders and the nation is divided between Germany and the USSR. The Jewish-German nuclear physicists Otto Frisch and Lise Meitner play the spy and alert the Allies of the German intent to manufacture atomic bombs. The Germans invade France and capture Paris. World War II begins exactly 20 years after the end of World War I. Albert Einstein wrote The President and informed him that it was possible to make an atomic bomb. The German Heinkel HE-178 made the first successful flight of a jet engine. Sikorsky of the USA invented the helicopter. In the USA, the Social Security Act was amended. The famous movie Gone with the Wind with Clark Gable and Vivien Leigh debuted. Archaeologist Matthew Stirling discovered the first traces of the truly ancient Olmec civilization on the Yucatan in the form of 5 gigantic basalt heads on La Venta Isle. Now entire temples, pyramids, canal works, and cities with irrigation systems have been excavated. The Olmec thrived circa 1200 BC and vanished about 31 BC. 1. Synagogue of Satan. 2. March of the Titans. 4. Iron Curtain over America. 5. 20th century events. 1940 AD, 58:34 AM. A stunning planetary alignment of 5 planets forms a ladder in the sky of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Interestingly, this occurred in 2446 BC, exactly 207 years before the Great Flood in 2239 BC. And 1940 AD was 207 years since the 13th English colony in North America was founded, the final one in 1733 AD. 207 years is half a cursed Earth period of 414 years. The 13th colony was Georgia. In September, Italy joins the German-Japanese Axis Pact, first invading Egypt and then Greece. This is calendarically significant, for this year was 2448 years after the collapse of the Roman monarchy and emergence of the Republic of Rome in Italy in 509 BC, the Annus Mundi year 2448 being 1447 BC, when the Israelites departed Egypt. Germany, Japan and Italy formed the Tripartite Pact, which pledged mutual assistance if the United States should enter the war. The USSR invades Finland again, then occupied Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia, before invading Romania. Germany invades Norway and Denmark, and then Belgium, Luxembourg and the Netherlands, and into northern France, capturing Amiens and Abbeville. On the French coast, the Germans trap the British at Dunkirk, who are evacuated. German soldiers enter Paris. The United States sell Great Britain 50 destroyers. The Germans bomb England. The tallest American on record at 8 foot 11 inches, named Robert Pershing Wadlow, died. McDonald's, Bugs Bunny and Superman debuted. 1. 20th century events. 2. Rule by secrecy.